the views thing is huge. That's why I pushed the views, which is like actually a lot harder feature to implement than you'd think, because the sheer number of transactions per second, like I think it sort of requires system-wide on the order of 3 million transactions a second to actually calculate the view, to calculate and display the view count, FYI, for Twitter Global. So it's like 3 million per second. It's a lot.
For those of you listening, Elon Musk has joined the pod. Elon, how's the first 6 weeks been, generally speaking, of owning Twitter?
Well, it's been quite a roller coaster, which obviously you've witnessed and been on the roller coaster as well.
Yes, the Dramamine. I've taken the Dramamine. It's quite up and down.
I mean, it's exciting, but I think it sort of has its highs and lows, to say the least. But overall, it seems to be going in a good direction, and we've got the expenses reasonably under control, so the company's not like in the fast lane of bankruptcy anymore. And we're releasing features faster than Twitter's history, at the same time as having contained the costs and reduced the cost structure by a factor of 3, maybe 4. So, the verified is obviously that's huge. It's a revenue stream as well as a means of identifying, of like knowing that it's a real person and not a bot or a troll situation. Having the organization affiliation, which I suspect you talked about, that was an idea of David's that was great, to have organization affiliation, so you can know that somebody is an actual professor at Stanford, or that this particular handle is actually Disney, not someone simply putting "I work at Disney" in their bio. So I think that's going to be really helpful. Just having detailed and nuanced verification. So of all the various things that you say you are these things validated by other people and organizations?
Can you tell us how you do product iteration, Elon? Because one of the things that I think some people got jolted by over the last couple of weeks is like a bunch of things got taken away or changed, or rules changed, or policies changed, and there was very quick action. And then people had all this negative feedback about the quick action without communication. But your extraordinary talent is to iterate product to success. Can you just maybe share with people how you do product iteration in this context to help them understand how some of these decisions get made and why moving quickly is so important, and just, how you're doing this? I'm
a big believer in, you want to look at the net output. So it's sort of like, what's the batting average? If it's like baseball, the point is not that you hit the ball, but it's like, well, how many home runs you get, and how, what's your
slugging percentage?
Yeah, slugging percentage. Yeah. It's like, you're going to swing for the fences. You're gonna strike out a bit more, but we're going to swing for the fences here at Twitter, and we're going to do it quickly. So, and I think generally, my error rate and sort of being the chief twit will be less over time. But in the beginning, we'll make obviously sort of a lot more mistakes. Because I'm new to I'm like, hey, I just got here, man. So, I mean, if you look at the actual amount of improvement that's happened at Twitter in terms of having costs that are not insane, and getting and actually shipping product that on balance is good, I think that is that's great. I think we're actually executing well and getting things done. I think we'll have fewer gaffes in the future.
How did you get to your intuition on what the efficient frontier of employees needed to be to make the product better?
Well, yeah.
Well, I observed part of this where you basically asked the question, who here is critical and who here is exceptional?
Yes. I mean, really, what the criteria is trying to apply, and obviously you're not going to be perfect if you're moving fast, and there's a lot of people you're talking about here, is that anyone who is exceptional at what they do, where the role is critical, they have a positive effect on others, and they are trusted, meaning they put the company's interests before their own, should stay.
Pretty straightforward.
Yeah. And it also is up for working hard. Like that was not Twitter's prior culture.
Yeah, were you surprised that the intersection of that circle and the people that left was basically 25%? Were you surprised it was that deep, or did you think your intuition was like, it's probably somewhere in here?
Well, I think you could just stand back and say, without knowing how many employees Twitter has at all, and say, how many people are really needed to run Twitter? Like, let's say you don't know what the employee headcount number is at all. How many people are needed to keep the site operational? Like, let's say, excluding product evolution, you basically have to keep the servers going, and you have to have customer sort of a support function to take down material that is in violation of the law. How many people? What's the minimum number of people?
That's in the hundreds, probably.
It's not exactly. It's not like a giant number.
Yeah.
Twitter still has like 2,000 people, right?
Yeah, we still have 2,000 people. It's not nothing. And actually, there's actually on the order of like almost 5,000 contractors. Like almost all of the what's called trust and safety work, which is like the support functions for the site, are done by contractors.
You're doing a lot more to take down hate speech than the company previously was doing.
Yeah, absolutely. Like hate speech impressions are down by a third, and will get even lower.
Maybe you could.
I think the incentive structure, the way Twitter was set up previously, was this relentless focus on what they called MDAO, which is monetizable daily active users. Although I would say the monetizable part is dubious. But at least things that appeared to be monetizable or could be passed off as monetizable daily active users. So this created an incentive to turn a blind eye to fake accounts. So if the incentive structure is maximize the appearance of monetizable daily active users, then it's a strong incentive to pretend that a bot is real. And that's what happened. So we've taken a lot of steps to reduce the bots and trolls situation. So many. And I think you're seeing that in the usage. Like it's not like relatively rare to have your replies filled with crypto scams. I'm not really I'm thinking about that much, because I'm just thinking about like, how do we I'm just like just get Twitter to be in a financially healthy place, and fix the engine of engineering so we can have a rapid evolution of new products. So, and I guess I'm in sort of in some ways an unfortunate position where I don't have to answer it. It's not public, and we don't have a board really. So so I can just go, and I can take actions that are drastic. And obviously, if I make a bunch of mistakes, then Twitter won't succeed, and that'll be pretty embarrassing and sad.